Hey, what's going on? Welcome to an episode of The Way I See It. Today, I want to go ahead and talk to you about these these two textbooks. I call them the Ten Commandments of the Web Development. And this is HTML, CSS. And this is JavaScript and jQuery. This movie was made by a guy named John Duckett. And you can still very, very well um, illustrated books about web development and what it is about. You can look inside. I'll probably have some links on the side that shows, what is like the different meta tags, HTML tags, what is HTML, how does it actually work. It even gives you links to different examples. And it was just a very nice, well done book. And I had to go online and buy the hardcover books. And one thing about it is that this book is for web designers, programmers, online editors, and content editors, marketing and e-commerce teams, bloggers, and hobbyists. You learn about HTML5, CSS3, structured web pages and sites, prepared images, audio, video, and control typography and layout. They even have online support at HTTP at www.html and cssbook.com, where they have videos and tutorials. I definitely picked this book up years ago, just because of the fact that when I was going to college, we didn't have a colorful book. Everything was all monocolored, monospaced, really quickly put together, and there was no love that put into the book. I rarely looked at those books. I have a book. Some of the Adobe books were great, like the Adobe Flash book was great, but not the HTML books from some of like these weird publishing companies. The second book is the JavaScript and jQuery book, which is basically an addition to this. jQuery, if JavaScript you're not knowing, this is the language of the web. This is the way the web um, communicates. JavaScript is really good with communicating with servers. It also requires you to bring your pages to life. They help determine the behavior of your pages. So I definitely require they talk. They even give you some basic understanding of like programming. In there, like for example, this is like modern JavaScript code. You can see over here. I like how everything's in color and like that. It just really helps my eyes pay attention to different things. One of my favorite. I have a little bookmark here. Was decisions and loops. That was actually what I did mark down. And one thing about it was that the book didn't really have to be this big. Apparently, it probably could have been much smaller. But um, the person who wrote the book, John Duckett, he really had an eye for design, and he made sure that things were, easy to look at and pay attention to. And the idea about this is that I really feel like when we're moving forward, I'm going to be making like tutorials and um, learning tips and stuff like that, like a blog for that. But I want to make one because I really feel like um, HTML, CSS, and JavaScript is all you really need to kind of like create things online. And you don't just need to be some fancy web developer to do it. Right now, the technology is moving so fast that they can't. Instead of teaching people how to write the code, they're just giving people these graphic user interfaces or GUIs to kind of work with. So if you have like WordPress or when you go on to Squarespace or Wix, they just quickly get you to drag and drop. You don't really know how it works. You're just using it. Like how people have a car. You may not be an engineer or know how to fix a car, but you might know how to put gas in it, but you couldn't like change a tire. Like stuff like that. I think that we need to get to a point where we can fix and create our own things because as time moves on, we're gonna need to be able to have that type of mindset because I think that we're gonna need it more than ever before. So with that being said, thanks a lot for listening. I appreciate the opportunity to have this conversation with you. And if you want to find out more about this, you can follow me in my book. I have the book in the description below. And I'll talk to you guys soon.